Yeah, so I would clearly would not comment on the political angle that the politicians are trying to draw. That is very personalized to parties and people. I think overall it was a very Viksit Bharat budget, Make in India budget, and that is the way I see it. And overall, if I see that the 85% of the class that has been benefited, the middle class have been benefited from the tax benefit. I think that's where the real benefit comes. But the clear agenda of the government definitely looks like putting this 85% to a new tax regime transition so that they get the benefit. However, the tax inflows are 80% from the rest of the 15%. That's another story to it. But if you see overall, I think the sectoral, as was mentioned earlier, the sectors have been touched upon. Tourism, medical tourism, I think all the sectors have been touched upon. But then, Swati, the key lies, if you see, the key lies in the execution of these schemes, which means execution at the ground level to the real beneficiaries. Which means the process, which means the governance, which means the time. Now, if I am getting all those schemes, I as an MSME sector, I as an MSME of India, how I am going to benefit? For example, the CGTSME scheme is for example increased to 2 crores. Now, how it is really correlating with the execution speed to the core beneficiary, that is MSME on ground, is where the key role comes. And so my thing is that government has set the platform in last 10 years for the India to be on the global stage. But I think there is a lot of scope of improvement when we see on the execution side of these schemes. I don't see personally that many of the MSME would be knowing that government runs more than 21 MSME beneficial related schemes. That includes also the marketing expense scheme to the new MSME setup. So I think there is a lot of gap in that understanding and the execution. That is where I see. But clearly from a I would say sectoral angle, I think if Bihar becomes a focus, that clearly spells some kind of political interest. But then I would not want to comment on that. But so do Delhi, so do Bombay, so do Kolkata, so do many other states. I think that clearly reflects some kind of political interest gaining. But overall, it's a Viksit Bharat kind of budget. And if you see the tariff also, I think the finance minister has tried to offset that in some form with various kinds of initiatives. But overall, I think it's a Viksit Bharat.